Howdy folks, Cal Ditmar, the Trappin' Fool here. If you're watching this video, you probably bought one of my Trappin Cans with some muskrat. It's set for muskrat or coon. The coon one has some DPs in it, and the muskrat has some, you can either get leg holds and a couple of 110s in it with some scent. So what this video is showing you, for some of you beginners out there to be starting to trap, what this kit's for is to show you how to set the traps and where you might set them. So this is the muskrat video, and on this video, in that box, you're going to get a half dozen #1 long springs, Victors. This one's a little bit smaller here than those, but for demonstration purposes I'm going to use this one. You can tell with the pan traps, you've got the spring here, the jaws, the dog, and the pan. And to set these, you have to depress the spring, lay the jaws open, then you can see the notch here. I don't know if you can see this on here. The dog goes into that notch of the pan, just like so. Lays it open. Then the trap will open up like this. That's set. Now what I do is, if you look at this way or this way, see how that jaw's up? If you take it, hold it like so, and turn it, it lays that nice and flat. So that's how you set a long spring trap. For stakes, I do not include stakes with this setup. That's up to you. I like to use upside down hot fence stakes. These are actually for electric fence. They work real well. Then all you do is put it in here, run it down into the ground, and it stops for muskrat. I've held a lot of coon like this, but this is all I use for muskrat. So that's the pan trap. Moving on to the conibear. Some of these kits will have a conibear in it also, which is a body gripping trap. This is a 110 Duke 110 conibear. The way these set is you have to squeeze these jaws and flip it like that. See that? See how that scissors? Squeeze and push, and it locks open. Then you've got your trigger here. Your dog comes around and locks. Can you see how that locks into there? That is a set trap now. When the animal comes through this, it'll spring that and make it fire. For staking these out, there's several different ways. There are stabilizers they make for them that go down. They actually hold here and here, and it'll go down and sink into the ground. For years, this is all I used. It's a piece of lathing is what it is. Goes right into here and holds it. Put it right down into the ground. You run it right next to it, which I'll show you here in a little bit. Run it right down into the run. Now, I'm talking about setting runs. Some states, make sure you check your state laws first. You can't set within X amount of feet of a hole, den entrance, or whatever. I'm not sure how it is. In Indiana, we can set in front of runs and den entrances, just to clarify that. So make sure you check your state law where you're at first. But this is how I do it for bottom edge sets too, for those of you that can't set those. And there's a pretty good spot here where I'll show you where a bottom edge set would work here for my demonstration on the setting the traps here. So that's setting these, how you do it. And now we're going to get into where you do it. I'm over here at a pond by my house, and I've got a spot here kind of picked out. It's not actual muskrat run here, but it'll work just to show you how to do it if there was a run there for the body grippers, and how to make a little cubby hole set for the muskrat. So give me a minute here. I'm going to move stuff around here and we'll get you set up over there. As you can see right here, right down there is where I'm going to make this set. You can see this is an edge of the pond here, a little outcropping, some grass here. And if you look, I don't know if we can see it here, right here, the stick underneath there would be a good spot for a bottom edge set. But we'll show you that in a minute, because right now, you see how this is kind of cleared out? See the clearing here? Let me get some of this grass out of the way. It looks like something's been going in and out of there. They actually did start digging there a little bit. So that would actually be a run at some point here where it goes up into the bank to their den. So for 110s, I'll show you how I do this now. Give me a minute to get set up and readjusted here to show. This by myself thing is kind of a pain sometimes, but we'll get through it together. I think I'm set up there now. Alright. Remember where that run was right here? It's actually a fake run. I kind of made it, but I cleared it out so you can see. You'll see a clearing. You'll have dirt, dark, and you'll have a light spot where they've been running in and out. But the way I do this is with these traps and the lathing. What I usually do is I put my foot up into the hole. See how my foot goes up into there? They actually were digging here at one point. I'll come out, keep my foot there, and I feel with my toe, and I put my trap right at the edge of that. Then I'll run my stake in, and this is good hard clay ground, but just like so, and then I lock it up. That locks that trap right into place there. The stick holds it in place, trap's locked, that's a set trap. Now when the rat comes out of that run, he's going to hit that and get caught. Now remember I was talking about the bottom edge set here. This stick here, you can see where they've kind of ran along this edge here. Bottom edge set, they like to run edges. There's an outcropping here a little bit. So what we can do is force them. Here's that stick, I'll just lift it up real easy so you can see where it's at. It kind of comes down at this point, but what we're going to do is with all this grass here, roots and stuff, see how I'm setting this trap down here, right at this bottom? What that's going to do is force the muskrat, run the stake in the ground, put that right down in the bottom here. Just like so, lock it down. You want to make sure that stick that was there isn't going to catch your jaw when it goes. Wind's blowing all this stuff in, so you probably can't see now. But that is a bottom edge set in a roundabout way. So we've got the runs, we've got a bottom edge set. These bottom edge sets are actually real good spots to pick up mink. I've caught a lot of mink in 110s on these. I've caught a lot of mink out of these runs because the mink are after the muskrats anyways. Alright, hopefully that helps you beginners out with some muskrats there with the 110 counter bears. Now let's move on to the pan trap. I already showed you how to set it. The stake I use, you can use just a piece of wood. For years I'd use sumac or whatever too, just stake off my traps, but I like these. They drive into the ground a little bit easier, don't break off, and just makes life a little easier. You can put an extension on here. Sometimes you'll need that, but for these, what we're trying to do is catch a front leg. So, with that being said, I might have to readjust here a little bit. I like water. Yeah, this is pretty good. Knee deep is even better for drowning rats, but this is good. 8 inches, 10 inches is good enough for drowning a muskrat. But if it's too shallow of water where you're anchoring off at, you can always put an extension in and take it out just a little bit deeper, get them out into the deeper water there. So what we'll do here, I may have to move around again here. Let me move this camera again and readjust for you guys so you can see what's going on over here now. Get this out of your way. Alright, kind of got a spot here that would make it good. Right here. What I'm going to do is open this up, and I'm making a cubby actually here. So, you want to open this up a little bit, make a little cubby there, a spot where they'd want to sit, just like so. You can even go back in just a little bit more, make a little deep impression in there, lay that down. Remember how we turn this trap so it lays flat? When you're using pan traps, you always want to have the dog
faced towards the hole or the shore. If you have it faced this way, when they come up, it could get caught underneath them and won't fire. So if you could put it this way, or if you're going on the other side, you'd want to put it this way. That way that dog fires away from the animal. In other words, when this trap goes off, see how this springs off of there? That can get caught underneath the animal and keep it from going off and having a good catch there. Reset it here. Alright, now what we're going to do, we're going to put this right here just like so. I can see we need to go a little deeper. We want the trap completely covered with water, because that's what's going to hide it. So we can get it down just like so. See, I got it off-centered here too a little bit. Nothing goes like this. They're always off-center a little bit. We'll sink that down just a little, just like so. The trap seems to be hid pretty good. Now I'll take the stake. I don't know if I got to turn here a little bit. Notice how the stake, I'm angling just a little bit towards the shore when I drive it in. Drive that thing in like that. What that does is keeps them from being able to pull it out if you get a coon. Because sometimes you can catch coons in these. Make sure when you anchor off, you're anchoring for the biggest thing you can get out of the area. Right here it'd probably be coons. There's a whole bunch of tracks along the pond, which I'll show later on for DP sets. Make sure you anchor it deep enough, or strong enough to hold something like a coon. Some places you could get beavers. I caught a beaver in a mink set one day. Luckily I had it set up on a drowner rug. But this is just basics here for some quick muskrats. After you've got that, now in these kits that I'm selling, this is just a fake bottle. There's nothing in it, but I brought it for demonstration purposes. Now that we've got this set here, we got the trap here, got a little cubby made. Make sure that stays down a little bit. Got the cubby up in there. Now we take our bait that comes in it and dump a little bit, a few drops in there or something, just for scent. Then they'll come swimming around here, smell that, and go up there and investigate it, and gonna fire on them. Then they'll drop off and get down into this deeper water here. And drown. See how the deeper water is? They're always going to go for the water when they get caught. So, alright. Turn this back up and readjust again. So, hopefully that helps some of you beginners with trapping muskrat. That's going to wrap it up for the muskrat video. Just the basics, nothing too extreme here. Caught many a muskrat when I was younger, had a blast doing it, and that's what made me what I am today with trapping. So, hope you enjoyed the video, hope it helped you. I thank you for your business. Hope you enjoyed the Trappin Can that you got, if you did purchase one of those. If you didn't, you can find it on my website or contact me. Drop me a message. I can explain it all to you. Anyways, I think that's about it here. So, until next time, we'll see you. Make sure you subscribe to me on YouTube here. Keep me coming. Follow me on Instagram, and I have a nice outdoor page on Facebook you can find. Cal's Outdoors is what it's called on Facebook. So, thank you again, and until next time, Trappin' Fool out.